Chris obviously had to go and save somebody. And so, I would have pushed in to make this introduction anyway. Choctaw's creative spirit has run deeply through this residency and these past few months. We've seen him filming at events. We've seen his films. He's got more than 20 screenwriting and directorial credits. And his work, unfortunately, has been banned in Burma, though it's not banned here. And many of us have had the chance to see that. We know he's an activist. We've learned that he writes on Facebook, but he can't get published elsewhere. And even that is drawing the government unfortunate attention. He's also a poet and an essayist and a novelist in the great spirit of diverse talents that the IWP has always loved to host. Some of his works include, the most recent film is called, I love this title, so I want to mention it, Let's Make a Dialogue on Love. He's also the author of 2 novels, Some Used to Hate and Once Upon a Time in Ganges. Like I said, you can see his written work on our website. Please welcome Choktau.
Thank you, Kotu. As he said, I have already published 2 of my novels, but in this evening, I want to read just only my 5 poems in Burmese and also in English. Naru alo witri chuk. So amite konsing deja. Eri yezi jawliga. Do kamari chucha. Wekinsa do kriri Go win sound visa do begin. Te sound wada. Tidi. That poem in English. River Brother. One day I have read an article in the news magazine published in the United States. I think it is a Time magazine or Newsweek magazine. So in that magazine, the cover story is about Burma. And the title is Silence of Fear. So I have written that poem. The river brothers. We took off all our clothes and jumped into the river of silence. All of those restless currents had overcome our banks, swept away our newborn children, carried off our pregnant mothers. In Burma, all ridings are under the censorship, very, very narrow and tightly censorship. So, in our every writings, we try to present another meaning. We always use symbolism. So in that poem, I use so many symbolism. So sometimes the authority asks us what that meaning of the poem. So I present another meaning. Yeah. The river floods, destroying the banks. And so the farms were destroyed. I mean the farm, the pregnant mother means the farm. So the newborn children mean that the plants, the crops. But everybody knows what the meaning is. Yeah. The next poem in Burmese, Nipang Nase. In English, that title means 20 years. I have written that poem after 20 years after our revolution, 1988. Nipang ha, Sunija Chili, Ganewin Sin, Twin Kanyabu, Long Lock de Gala Kusuaro. Every dongaro, the new Leo, the Asian that last symbol, Janzi Bure, GG.
သူတို့မျိုးကလေးရေစည်းရေလာပူကောင်းအောင်လေကောင်းလေတန့်ပူရအောင်ပန်းကလေးတွေပူပွင့်အောင်ပူလှလာအောင်တဲ့ဒီတော့သူတို့တဲ့20စောတဲ့ဒီမြို့သားကြီးတူကရည်တယ်မင်းတို့ဘာပြောပြောမြို့ကမြို့သူမြို့သားတွေနဲ့ထိုက်တဲ့တန်တဲ့အတိုင်းပဲနေမှာရည်ပြီးပြောတယ်ပြောပြီးငိုတယ်ပြီးတော့ထွက်သွားတယ်သူတို့တွေစိတ်ဆိုးကြံနေခဲ့ရတယ်နောက်တော့တေတချို့လွင်တချို့ကအိမ်တော်ရက်သားကြသာသမီလူမှုဒုက္ခထွေထွေမှာနှိမ့်မွန်းရတချို့ကြမူရည်စေဝါနဲ့နွန်နေကြတယ်ဒီလိုနဲ့ပဲ20ကျော်ကြာသွားစုံနေကြအချင်းလေးတွေဟောင်းသွားပြန်ပေါ့ခုခေတ်ကလေးတွေကသူတို့ဆိုတဲ့ချင်းတွေကိုနားမထောင်နိုင်သူတို့ဆိုတဲ့ချင်းတွေကြကိုတို့ကနားမခံနိုင်ဒါပေမဲ့ hip hop နဲ့ rap ချင်းတွေကိုတွင်တွင်ဆိုရင်သူတို့ချင်းဟောင်းလေးတွေကစာသားလေးတွေကြားညက်ဆိုကြပြန်ကြားရတော့လွမ်းရဆွေးရမကြေမနက်မချစ်မရဲဖြစ်ရတစ်ချိန်တည်းမှာကြည်နူးရပြန်ပြောင်းအောင်မေ့စမြုပ်ပြန်ရအဲ့ဒီလူငယ်လေးတွေကမျိုးလေးမလားလို့တဲ့မျိုးလေးလှဖို့ပြောကြရတယ်ဒီတော့လေရင်းမိကြပြန်ပေါ့မျက်ရည်တွေတင် After 20 years our revolution in Burma since 1962 the military coup over 50 years under the military regime under the dictatorship so many generation by generation trying hardly against the military regime until now. So I written about that for 20 years. Maybe 20 years was just enough time for the songs we sang to fade to classics. Back 20 years, the young guys decided to change their little town. More water, more flowers, more beauties. 20 years with the great decisions. And old townie loved. Boys, towns always must strive with their folks. Know nothing from nothing. No one, no more. He groaned, loved, and cried. And gathered away his tears. The young guys left with anger, with disappointment. They faded. Some dead, some lost, watered and flowers kept for wives, beauty's tossed aside for liquor, drugs. They are 20 years over, their songs aged, but the new old men sing and change, and grow to love their oaths. They can keep time with the styles of the next guy, hip-hop, rap, as the new young ones have tired of the songs they never knew by heart. While the old men listen to nostalgia. They raise, young, smile, remembering as those rappers, those young guys echo the refrain. They say their child has no beauty. They say they will be the change. Old men again, love with tears. I want to say very important thing. All my poems translated to English were complete by Jessie Cannon. She made my poems perfect.
That's for me.
Yeah.
Already.
Okay. Another poem, the title is A Moment of a River. I'm going to read in Burmese first. Nikana. A poem is a poem is General machine, General Da, Dilo season volume. Tuiva, Yet season, the mind sura, since I'm a bit season needed, need to send them hoga. Longer than Hennessy, every Naga Hennessy, not that now Hennessy, Pian Yang Ji, the Choji, the Guiji, the Gedege, go Piat Danyao, a chain we up, Bamja, Yezi got a Yanyan, Manega the Negane, Dignim Lepan, Yezi got a Yanyan, Apollo, Majuigate, Dijak Do, Pega Don't Shui, General got Don't Shui, Laga, they set Don't Shui, chain way gum sound it, thigh, chain way gum sound it, a pay lamb sound it, a poor lamb sound it, main booby, arm sound it, chow don't go be, as I sweeter, do the water, do the low, every chow don't go be, sweet a poor machine of pega, a pay machine, a poor machine and gave a lalo, Jimmy, a pay machine of Genoa, a pay machine be gave a lalo, Jimmy, Genome Shiro, Genot Taga, two Boma Mivari, chickens in it, said Sweet Baba Lime, Sweeter, Sweeter, Dai, Eddie Jogdongi, Ho to be a Jote Puja, Veroma, now Veroma, Lutua Lambo, Peso Nia, Chucha, Ho Gangi Boma, Jerry She, Minpo Minpi, Minpo Bibi, Mingo, Gini Yari, Pyomu Yari tea. A moment of a river. After grandpa, father persisted. After father, I persisted. And after me, so were my son. Our blood flowed more fiercely than water. And the more insistent river is history. 20 years, generations before and after. Past, present, and future may seem to serve as eternities. But each self passes so quickly. And time slipped by in flows. Yesterday, todays, and tomorrows slip by in flows. Storm that grandpa could not push from our way. Father push, and I push. So were my son, none will await their motion. All will exhort our might in past, present, and future lives. But a son will not see his father fails by a stone. So try, my son, push the stone from our way into the abyss that never blocked your own way. As infinite star in the sky, as the father beholds his son, you are beheld and beholden, past persistence, and we always smile. The next poem title is Star Lover. This poem is dedicated to our 88th generation student leader, Min Kunai, and all the leaders stay in the prisons. They were arrested since 1989, and 17 years later, they were released, but for a few months. When they were released, they tried to demonstrate for freedom of Aung San Suu Kyi and freedom of our people. So they were arrested again. In that time, they were sentenced for over 60 years, just for demonstration and violence. So this poem is dedicated to them. The star lover, there in the dark sky, behind the black clouds, the little stars sparkle anyway. In this time, beyond time, the dark occupies the night tease the moon, the dark and the dark, then the dark, only the dark all around. But at that moment, the little stars sparkle for an instant, a moment, already gone, but surely they shine, they light their own way against the dark. All stars are suns. They have made worlds with the universe, bit of light to warm the people. A star lover, stargazing, spinning their story, sees there in the dark sky, behind the black clouds, the latest stars sparkle anyway. You know, almost all my writing are in politics, in revolution, but so I want to try to show non-politics. So this is a special one, a non-politics, my poem. This poem was written when I was a university student. I was studying in architecture, so I have gone to Bagan, a very ancient city. In Bagan, so many thousands of ancient buildings in there, like pyramid, like Angkor Wat,
And Burmese people believe so many spirits stay in there. And in the temple, in the pagodas, in the Asian building, the Buddhas had written for their donation. Everyone's a gods. If the people destroy their building, the gods that people destroy their building. So one night in Bagan, I lost just alone. You know, in that among that those building, no electricity, so very dark, and I was alone. So this poem was written. I want to read in Burmese first because I want to listen. I want you all of you listen hear the sounds of Burmese poems. The Kanya. ငါခြေတော့ခဏဦးကမြင်းကြီးတွေတော့ငါမမြင်ရတဲ့မောင်မျိုးအသက်ရှူတဲ့မှန်မှန်နဲ့ခေါင်းခြေပြလုံးနေအောင်အမောင်ကိုစောင့်ချုံလို့မြို့အိတ်နေနေညာအဲ့ဒီညမှာလာလည်းမရှိကျေလည်းပြောက်ငါခြေတော့ငါအားကိုညကိုလည်းညကပေါ်ဖွဲ့ရှောက်ခဲ့လိုက်ရလေတိုးတန်တွေတဝိဝိနဲ့ဝိညာဉ်တွေတပီးပြတ်တန်းငါနဘီဝိုင်းကြီးတက်ပတ်ညလီတွေခုခတ်ကြတစေလူကိုမချောက်လူကိုကြောက်တဲ့ဝိညာဉ်တွေ ညာရီရှုအုပ်ပုံကြားတွေကရှိုက်တန်တွေတစုတစည်းတန်ရှည်ကြီးစိတ်တွေနာနာကြီးကြီးနဲ့ဟီးချနေရဲ့ညဟာကြက်တီးမွေးရင်းတွေထစိတ်ကြီးမကငြိမ်စိတ်သွားခဲ့ရပေါ့ဟောဒီမှာအုံညီညိုချက်တွေပြိုကျငါတို့ရဲ့တက်ကလေးတွေပြိုကျနေပေါ့ဟောဒီမှာငါတို့တွေကိုးကွယ်ခဲ့ငါတို့တွေခိုကိုးခဲ့ထောင်ချီနှစ်ပေါင်းနေထိုင်ခဲ့အဲ့ဒီအုပ်ချက်တွေမှာတို့သွေးကြောတွေရစ်ပတ်တို့နှလုံးသွေးတွေအထက်ထက် အနံရစ်ခဲ့တဲ့ပါလာတဲ့ချစ်ရာတွေဘရဘွားနဲ့စာရွက်ကိုမိရှုကြပြာရစ်ပူဇော်လိုက်တယ်ပြီးတော့အမြင့်ဆုံးဘုရားကျောင်းပေါ်ပြည့်တဲ့ဂန္ဓဝင်တေးသွားတဲ့ဘုလိုက်ကအောင်တယ် You know, some people believe the treasure in those buildings. So those people are trying to destroy to find the treasure. So some temples, some Buddhas were destroyed. So I want to write the poem. Bagan night. How deep is the dark that I couldn't see the reddish dust over the tops of my shoes. With the gradual sound of breathing, black blanket cover, head to toe, the town falling asleep. In that night, no moon, no stars, free from the night, and I depend on only my feet, walking alone. In that moment, a breeze sounds and the spirit come and float there, murmuring and dancing in the wind, around and around me. Not the ghosts, these. They never threaten the people frighten them. Over there, all among the broken bricks, under the shadow of the dark, they are bitter squaring sound in there, nightfall silent, trembling with fear. Hey, here, the reddish bricks were broken. That is, our years were broken. Here we pray, here we make our shelters. Here we live over thousands of years. Here in these bricks, we ripped our bloodlines over these bricks. We buried our hearts in these bricks. We live here stay. Me, the lonely poet, out of the fear and all the pages of poems written, burn to pray. This is my worship for their beauty. I run to climb a temple, make a dance and cry out songs with them. Thank you.